Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show.
What's going on, peeps? What's going on? It's the Mark and Will Show, and today, I said special guest, but he's family. He's been on the show before. You guys know him. What's going on, Trav? How you doing today?
Doing all right, my friend. Just getting off work. Eager to get to this part of my day because this is the most enjoyable part of my day. So good to see you, my man.
Hey, you just stole my line, man. I mean, that's how I do. That's how I do, big time. Work be like, oh, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, get to do the show. But man, no, I want to thank you for joining me tonight because we don't had a lot of interviews and we still got a lot coming. So this give us a time to get caught up on some sports that happened over the weekend, and it might be a little bit of stuff that happened before last weekend. But this having fun. You know what I'm saying, with my brother on the show. So hey, that's what we do, man. Speaking of one of your bright spots today, man. How was the week? How was your weekend, though, man?
It was good, man. Didn't do much of anything. Brother work all the time, so my little day off, I like to go grab me a little couple beers or something at one of my breweries and hang out and then chill for the rest of the day, man. So it sounds basic, but I enjoy it.
Right. I know you do, my brother.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
love
do.
the food.
Hey, for all you guys who may not remember, like I said, Travis has been on here several times, and you can go ahead and call him king of the football if you want to. He is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, right? He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so please bombard him with all kinds of questions and stuff like that because believe me, before we leave today, it will be a Chiefs segment. Without a doubt. You can't have the champ on without talking about Kansas City Chiefs. And be on the lookout because basically we're going to go ahead and try to bring some fans from other teams, you know what I'm saying, unless you're a Giants fan. I don't think I can do that. or Eagles fan.
I
Definitely
was
the
gonna
Eagles.
say Eagles had to be in there.
Yeah. I don't care about the Commanders. Do they have a team? I really don't know. So,
Probably gonna change the name again. So
yes, yes. New ownerships and all this kind of stuff.
right,
Magic Johnson is the guy,
that he is. Yeah,
and they
man got a lot
win,
more influence.
Like his team's the championships, bro. Like hats off to him, man. Him and
Yes,
Cookie.
sir.
No wonder they own 200 million foot yachts and stuff and partying every time. I hear you, man. Hey, you could do it. Hey, I don't blame you. So look, check this out. I'm gonna let you guys know where to find us at Mark and Will Show. Period. We talking about Twitter, which is now X. I mean, it's X now. I mean, but it's still Twitter. It's Twitter for us. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Facebook, TikTok, you don't stop. Instagram. We're on YouTube today. We on Facebook also. We got Mark and Will Gaming. Check that out on Twitch and YouTube. Mark and Will Show, like I said, we on the page. Make sure you follow. And the group, the best group, hands down, period, bar none, the Players Club. That's a group for all the youth sports. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about high school, we talking about middle school, youth sports, all that kind of stuff. Please be ready for that. So continue to go ahead and join those groups and all that kind of stuff like that. Also, FNC. Travis, have you been on FNC yet?
I have not.
You've been dodging. You've been dodging it, huh? I mean, I know that pretty much you be socializing during that time. So
Well, again, having my beers.
yeah, yeah. Adult beverage.
I will always make an exception for you.
Adult beverage. That's what we're gonna
There we
put it.
go. There we
For
go.
adult
Adult
beverages.
beverage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So no, this show is really good one. Like I said, we're talking about what's going on in today's society. So we won't be able to do it this week because we got some people that are busy. So we're not going to do that. So Travis, I'm gonna definitely let you know in advance so we can get you on
Sure.
here, man. We had the mayor on here before. He rocked it out. So definitely, this is a real good show, you guys. It's down Friday Night Crew, big time. And actually, a quick thing how Friday Night Crew, the name came about. You remember we used to do adult parties on Fridays. Friday Night Crew.
Right.
Dion and
Yeah.
Shannon, Bump and I, and you and Chris and
Yeah.
everybody else. So basically, I said, okay, let's do it again. Let's just call it this. We're older now. Let's just try it this way and change it and flip it. So that's been a
Right.
joy doing that. I love that because it also shows that hey, I'm not just an ex jock. I know some
You,
things.
you know that.
That type of stuff. Yeah, that kind of stuff. All right, so real quick, high school. We already know what's going down, right? We got scrimmages coming up this week. On Fridays. I think it might be some a little before then. So make sure you support these kiddos as they get ready. They've been practicing in this heat. They've been doing two-a-days, I think, started this week for a lot of schools. We got some interviews coming up, and we're trying to get a player from each school. We've been successful so far getting a lot of people. So this week, I'm gonna let you know actually we got a middle school coach coming tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun. Wednesday, I'm trying to get a player from Central, so I'm waiting to hear from him. And on Thursday, I have a player from Ballard. So hey, let's come on. Next week, following week, we're gonna do the same thing, get some players, all that kind of stuff like that. Definitely enjoyed that part of the show, the programming, to get the coaches and the players, man.
Gotcha. Sounds. Yes, sir.
Let me see. You definitely got to get out there, man. Have you been following any of the interviews or the pollings or anything that we do?
I have been. Yes. I always get interviews. It's just um, the polling. I probably should catch up more on, but I do watch their interviews.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I'll be on social media, but I don't be on social media. So I
You're
need to
right,
get.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So,
right, 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 right. I got you. I know
but
wrong
yeah,
with
but
that.
I much rather. I'm a man. I'm a media man, just not social. Like I'd much rather watch some something. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know how we do. We go around, see what's going on. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. You got to touch the base.
Right, plenty of that.
See what they got.
Let's see here. Let me go here. Let's try this one.
Uh-oh.
Wrestling news and notes. Actually, we got a connoisseur of the wrestling world with us tonight. So, Travis, give us an update that in the wrestling world.
Well, since now we're in my wheelhouse a little bit. So basically, um, WWE had a pay-per-view last night, NXT. It was called a Great American Bash. It was basically an old WCW pay-per-view. And since they now own all that, they named some of their developmental pay-per-views, so to speak, after those. So this was a Great American Bash. There was some really good matches. Um, to take note of some would be Gable Steveson. Everybody knows who that guy is. Olympic gold medalist.
Mm-hmm.
NCAA champion and all that stuff. Finally made his WWE debut,
Mm.
but he also made it against one of the guys who basically came down from what they call the main roster, which would be like Raw or SmackDown, to wrestle. So there's always shenanigans in wrestling. So this one was basically nobody won. They both went out of the ring, fought outside the ring. They were both counted out, which people were yelling not very happy words about this because they wanted a clean winner. But you can't have this dude do his debut and beat a dude who's been in the WWE for 10 years. You know what I mean?
Right,
It just doesn't
right.
make sense. And so, but yeah, but again, the women's champion remained champion, Tiffany Stratton. The men's champion, main champion, Carmelo Hayes. Dude is going to be doing some nice things, especially when he gets pulled up to the main roster. Right now, they put the strap on him, and anytime in wrestling they put the strap on you, you know what I'm saying? They expect a lot. You got to carry it. You're
Right.
basically carrying the business at that point, and he's doing a really good job. Him and his buddy Trick Williams. Uh,
Hold on. Let me ask you this quick. And maybe you know this for the people who's been out of watching wrestling for a while. What does it take for them to get that main call? Do you know?
well, a lot of it is time, right? And it has to be space for you on said main roster, right?
Okay.
They have brought people up, and you haven't seen them on TV yet, or if you have seen them on TV, it hasn't been very much, right?
Right.
So it's more along the lines of, okay, right now we're going to bring you up for coverage, but pretty soon we're going to, write you in some stories or do something like that. But to get them that way, honestly, it's just time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because what they used to do is they used to get wrestlers from what they call the independent circuit, so like OVW and things like that, right?
Right.
People who've been in the business 5, 10, 15 years and then bring them up to the main roster. Now they're just taking essentially pro athletes, Gable
Oh,
Stevenson,
okay.
and people like that. You know what I'm saying? There's this, I can't not remember her real name, but her wrestling name is Lash Legend, and she was a WNBA player. You know what I mean? So they're
Oh,
bringing,
wow. Wow.
so they're just bringing, gymnasts and people like that in and teaching
Had
them
those
how to.
had the twins got in there yet? The little
Uh,
basketball twins?
Actually, they were on an episode. I'm not sure if they're training,
Okay.
but they
Okay.
were on an episode when somebody special won their a match, and they
Okay.
basically put them up on their shoulders. But yes, they have been there.
Okay. Boy, I'm gonna tell you, boy, ain't nothing like USA, boy. Get that money, man. You know what I'm saying? For them to ditch, and one of the sisters, one of the was a real good player as far as shooter and all this kind of stuff. The
Yeah,
other one was she wasn't gonna make it WNBA, but the other
that's
one would have. The other
yeah,
one had a chance. I ain't gonna say she would have because a lot of people got cut this year,
right,
but
of
had a
course.
chance. But they was like, nah. I wonder how much has the details ever came out on how much they paid them twins? Because they social media
Right, right.
darlings.
It's usually in the wrestling business. I mean, you have to. They don't necessarily. It's always out there. You kind of have to do your research, right?
Right,
For instance, right now the biggest social media dude in wrestling right now is Logan Paul.
right, right,
You know what I mean? And there's no telling how much they're paying him. You know what I'm saying? And he's not on TV every week as much as
right.
some of these other guys. He comes in for pay per views.
Cha-ching.
As a matter of fact, this weekend, this Saturday, was that the 5th, I believe, is the WWE pay per view coming up, SummerSlam,
Oh, okay, okay.
and he will be wrestling in that pay per view.
I bet he will. I
Yeah.
bet I'm pretty sure his contract is depending on you. Hey, you need to make these pay-per-view, and we're gonna give you that some of that big money with that too.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Brock Lesnar's gonna be there. Everybody's gonna be there, man.
oh yeah,
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one.
cool. Anything going on tonight?
Right now, Raw is on, but you know, Logan Paul. As a matter of fact, the opening segment was Logan Paul.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Come out there, talk bad to the crowd. Ricochet comes out. You know what I'm saying? They have their little thing or whatever, and then they walk out. This is what they typically call these shows, like Raw and SmackDown, right before pay per view. They call it the walk off shows. So this is the show that's leading into the pay per view. So you're waiting for this match. These two people are going to meet at some point during this show, and
Right.
somebody might get beat up, but somebody might not. You know what I mean? It is a thing, but then that gives you something. They want to give you something to be excited about come Saturday.
Okay. Cool.
And
Cool.
they switched them from Saturday. I mean, it used to be on Sundays. They switched them to Saturdays.
Man, I heard in your look. I looked at your files, man. They say you've been watching wrestling since for about 43 years now, man. Is
At
that close?
least. At least. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I stepped away for it for a little bit, but you talk
Right,
about the front row for Raw and SmackDown back in the Attitude Era, back when The Rock and,
right,
Stone Cold and all those guys were there. So, yeah,
right.
it was entertainment, man. It
That,
was fun entertainment.
that big time, big time. I know
Yeah.
that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, thank you, Travis, for breaking it down for
No
us big
worries.
time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's get
That's
into
right.
some b-ball, baseball, baseball. Let's get into that. Sunday, July the 30th, we had the Braves with a win, 8-6 over the Brewers. We had the Angels in the 10th inning win over the Blue Jays 3-2. Pirates beat the Phillies 6-4 in 10 innings. Marlins beat the Tigers 8-6. Mets beat the Nationals 5-2. Guardians shut out the White Sox 5-0. Royals beat the Twins 2-1. Rays beat the Astros 8-2. Cardinals beat the Cubs 3-0. The Rockies shut out the A's 2-0. Giants beat the Red Sox in 11 4-3. The Reds, man, 9-0 over the Dodgers. Spanked them. I'm pretty sure De La Cruz probably got about 20 home runs in that game. Mariners beat the Diamondbacks 4-0. Padres beat the Rangers 5-3. The Yankees went down. 9-3. The Orioles. Woo! Today, July the 31st, the last day of July, we got the Angels with a 2-0 lead over the Braves. You got the Phillies and Marlins and 2-0 lead, top of the fourth, Angels over the Braves. Top of the sixth, you got the Phillies and the Marlins tied 2-2. Brewers and Nationals 1-1, top of the fifth. The Rays 5, the Yankees 1, bottom of the fourth. Orioles 4, the Blue Jays 0. We got a lot of games that's going on right now. The scoreless Reds and Cubs, Guardians, Astros, Padres and Rockies. Later on tonight, you got the Red Sox and Mariners. And then you have the Diamondbacks and the Giants. So far, the standings, let's get caught up on that. I know I haven't said anything about that in about a couple of weeks. So the standings right now in the American League East, you have the Orioles, my gosh, with a 1.5 lead over the I mean, they're 64-41. Have not seen that. Haven't seen that in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Big time. You know what I'm saying? So, woo-wee. Then you got in the Central, you got the Twins with a half-game lead over the Guardians. In the West, you got the Rangers with a 1-game lead over the Astros. In the National League East, you got the mighty Braves with 11.5-game lead over the Marlins, sitting there with the best record in the league at 67-36. Central, you got the Reds on the radio, half-game lead over the Brewers. Will they choke? They 58-49 coming down the home stretch. Do your thing, Reds. The Dodgers in the West is up 2, got a 2-game lead over the Giants. Beast Bull. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Yeah, I love it. You know what? That right there, that's another game. You know, a lot of people don't get into it, but, you go to the game, have fun. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's about going to the games, not just
Exactly.
watching it.
That's what I like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just take it all in, the ambiance and all that kind of good stuff.
Great American ball food is very nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, right. Big time. WNBA scores we got from yesterday, July the 30th. You have the Lynx beat the Sun 87-83. You got the Dream beat the Mystics 80-73. Stars crushed the Fever. 85-62. Sky beat Mercury 104-85. You got the Liberty beat the Sparks. Liberty ain't no joke this year, 87-79. And the Aces crush the Wings 104-91. The standing so far, you got the top 8 teams go to the playoffs. The playoffs. The Aces, Trav, 23-2. We ain't seen domination like that since the Houston Comets.
Well, what's going on?
Well, first of all, they won it last year. They pretty much bought everybody back and bought somebody else. So, they have the cheat code. The Liberty 19-6 in second place. Third place, Connecticut Sun at 18-7. In fourth place, you got Dallas Wings 14-11, followed by the Atlanta Dreams in fifth place, 14-11. Minnesota Lynx, sixth place, 13-13. Washington Mystics in seventh place, 12-13. Chicago Sky, 10-15, trying to get in there. Like you said, man, it's a cheat code. I'm not even gonna lie. As far as the Aces,
That's a fall
only
off.
only team that can probably give them a little a shot will be the let me see. Let me go back to the league. It will be the Liberty because Brianna Stewart is there. You know, she's balling.
Always.
Yeah, you know, she's tough. You know what I'm saying? She does her thing. Who else is on that team? Let me see. Let me.
Girl who can shoot. What's her name? Anawasku, whatever.
Yeah,
She on
yeah.
a
You
different team.
you just messed me up because I had it an Asaku in Ano Sako. Yeah, you know, I can't. You
Great.
got me messed up. The baller, the point guard. Yeah, she's on that team. You got Jacqueline Jones, who's good, and Laney. But when you go to, let me get back here. When you go to the Aces, man, I mean, like I said, this is a cheat code because you have Asia Wilson, doing her thing like always. Let me see. Come on now, work with me. You got her doing her thing, but she also has help because she has Candace Park on that team. She really don't do too much, but you gotta still respect her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, uh, Jacqueline Young. I mean, they loaded, man. It's if it's not them winning it or them playing against Liberty, I'd be shocked. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. That's a loaded team. I mean, I don't even watch a lot of it, but I know these players.
Yeah. And I mean, and like I said, Brianna Stewart is so tough that you know she was with the in Seattle with the Sue Bird balling. Sue Bird said, "I'm out of here." Stewie left, went to New York. Now New York's a power. You know, Stewie's different. She's different, big time. Now we had an event that TBT tournament. You had the Ville, past players of Louisville's championship team and some before that. You also had some EKU players. You know what I'm saying? You had Bellarmine, I think Mary, things like that. So Russell, you got Peyton Seaver back. You had Russ Smith, Anawaku doing his thing. Shane Bohannon, Cal Curry, Cal's corner. Had Earl, but Earl had a contract with the Big Three, so he couldn't get out of that. They did that old Debo stuff. Suge Knight, we own the rights of you. You're not going anywhere.
That's right.
Had like I said, Mayo had a nice team that won the first two games, and then started playing around on Saturday. Missed about 30 free throws. Which everybody knows if you play the sport, if you watch this, you ain't got to be a player. If you watch the sport and know the sport, you can't miss half your free throws and think you're gonna win, right? In this TBT tournament, when it's whoever's leading with less than 4 minutes, they add 9 points and you check out. Whoever get to that Elam score
Elam inning.
wins. Yeah, Elam inning. Whoever gets that, you win. So Louisville, they the gutter rats they was rolling going back and forth, and Louisville missing free throws, had opportunities, jacking up 3-pointers. I'm not gonna say no names yet. Jacking up 3-pointers like it was going out of style. They played with fire and they got burnt. I really don't think if anybody who watches basketball or even fan of some of these players. If you were shocked that they lost that game, I don't know what you're looking at, man. What was your thought? I mean, I love the tournament. But what was your thought of this game? And I know, hey, we're hungry for basketball and sports in general, especially at that crappy season. So, gave everybody a chance. Hey, there's Russ. That's everybody else. So what was your thoughts on this game before we dive into some of these performances as players?
Got you. Well, I was at work and was watching the game, and I was with my coworker. About halfway through the third quarter, I just turned and looked at him and said, "Watch this." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I know my team. I
Right.
can tell by the way they started playing. You know what I'm saying? I know these teams. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go back to the old Rick Pitino way of playing things, right?
Right.
You got a bunch of guys running around in their 30s pressing and trying to do all this stuff. I mean, even then they miss free throws. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the expectation of them missing free throws was kind of there for me anyway. But anyway, I told him, I said, they're gonna mess around and lose this game because I could just tell by the way they was playing, like you said, jacking up threes and all that stuff. I'm like, this is not gonna be a good thing. And the minute that Gutter Cats got their ball back, I literally looked at him again and said, "Watch this." Dang. I was like, I told you. I told you. Now, here's the thing. It was TBT, you know what I'm saying? It's the feel, all that. But I still felt myself feeling some kind of way about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not supposed to
Yeah.
be feeling this about this,
Right.
but I was kind of upset. You know, it took me about an hour to calm down.
Man, I couldn't even watch half the stuff. I'm pacing like it's a regular game, bro. I'm like, first of all, love Russ Smith. Russ Smith is that dude. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy. But he can't be the only scorer on the team, right? And I mean, as to get their own shot off, right? And pretty much he was. You know, Peyton was hurt. His hamstring, he couldn't do. He couldn't be explosive. He couldn't get in the lane. He was playing on one leg, trying his best. And I'm like, Anawalku and Shane had a heck of a tournament,
Yes,
right?
they did.
And
Yes, they did. I agree.
and so I'm like, throw it inside, even though they was blowing crips and stuff at the end too. But I'm like, dude, that's what is inexperience in this kind of tournament does. Because
Right.
even the games before, they was playing around on certain things, shooting underthrow. You've been shooting regular. Anawaku been shooting regular free throws the whole
Right.
tournament. Then last game he's trying to and I'm like, you can't do that. You got
Right.
$1 million on the line. I know some of you guys got probably more than that, been playing overseas, but this tournament, they coming for you. Nobody's scared of you. Nobody's scared of the Ville. Nobody care about Peyton Seaver dude. These are ballers. So when you missing, and I'm with you with the free throws, but that you can't miss half of them. You know what I'm saying? And
No.
it wasn't even like it was all Shane and Anawaku. It was Peyton and Russ. Peyton and Russ missing these free
Right.
throws.
Which is crazy.
And ridiculous. And so I'm like, man, then bonehead plays. I thought we was back in 2012. 2012 and 13, right? Because Shane Bohannon kept fouling. When at the end, if you foul, they get the free throw and the ball. Dude did that by twice. Like, teach the rules. And you playing FIBA style ball, so you can knock stuff off the rim.
Right.
So you going up for a little layup, Shane, dunk the ball. Like, dude, you can't do, they're gonna knock it out. Like that. First of all, let's get the rules. Let's understand the rules.
Right.
Point blank, no fouling under 4 minutes, period. Don't do that. That's silly. So when he did it that last time and they hit that free throw and all they needed was that 3 to get up out of there, cash out, I said, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Okay.
It's a wrap.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
looking like, why does Peyton have to keep on coming to you? This is your third game talking about, hey, what you doing? That don't make sense, dude. I mean, I have a reason why, but I can't say it on the show.
Right.
I can't say it on the show.
Let's just put it like this. I got a feeling that Chris Jones will be on this team next year.
Without a doubt. He's already signed that contract.
Oh yeah, because he kind of let the cat out of the bag without necessarily letting the cat out of the bag.
I get-
That's potential.
Guess what? Yeah, you already there. They need you.
Yes.
They need another scoring option. You can't just have Russ. Because once you had Russ, you saw the reason why Patino called him ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because homeboy was going 1-on-5, throwing up this anything. And the worst thing can happen is when he hit that 3 to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then it's like, I'm back in this mojo. I'm back. Man, them
Oh,
cats.
yeah. And how many times Seth Greenberg said, "Oh, that's just Russ doing the Russ things"?
Yeah, and that's not always good.
Come on, man.
And it showed his head because Saturday, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I saw a tweet from or do we call it a X? I saw an X or a tweet or whatever, and we're gonna change the name from the
I
tweets,
don't know what
Twitter.
to call him anymore.
I have no idea, but I saw where Peyton and them were talking about should we run it back? Let us know why we should run it back or do play because y'all didn't win. What do you mean?
What you lost?
What? Why should we? And then the TBT like duh, like what are you talking about? Why should we answer? Why should you guys? Well, we want you to do it again, but we also want some new players. It's like some scores, like please, like because
Right.
everybody has legit scorers. We talking about with an S. We talking about with an S.
Yeah.
So like, why wouldn't you? Like, what
Yeah, and
are you talking about?
He was gonna have him come back anyway. You had 5,000 people show up at the game. Come on now. That's
And
TV money.
right, and the ridiculous thing is that if you really didn't cut it off, you probably had more.
Right.
But I saw where Wichita, their TBT, they was only charging $5 a head.
Oh, really?
That's why they was breaking records. That's why
Oh,
they was
really?
getting 7,000. But here they was charging what? 15, 20 $20. And
Yeah.
and everybody, if you know the fairgrounds, they ain't gonna let you do that. You got to pay for that parking.
Yes, sir. So what was that? What, $27, $28?
Yeah, man, they trying to get you on, man. Like, come on,
Yeah.
this cause Kentucky
all
Kingdom,
together.
this cause Kentucky Kingdom ain't hit a lick. You gonna try to get money off the TBT?
You
Y'all
know
might
what?
move. Y'all might move that to the Gardens or the convention center or something.
When they play AAU tournament.
Yeah, you might as well shoot because at the end of the day, you already know that what the fairgrounds they're gonna hit you with that $12 parking. That is ridiculous. They
Bad
ought
money.
they ought to be ashamed of themselves. But anyway, running back, you didn't win. No, I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of you didn't win, all you Earl Spence fans, I told you last year when this fight was agreed that Crawford was gonna go ahead and do his thing. We got some people that y'all know who was cheering for Spence. They be on this show, have been on this show. So hey, it's a wrap. Terrence Crawford did his thing big time. Before we get in there, what's up, Shannon? How you doing? Did his thing. Would I say that he whipped his ass? He did. Point blank.
Thorough.
Only maybe the first round, maybe Earl did, he did a little something, but he didn't do that much. But he got whooped. He got whooped like no other, man. I mean that right there, that was when they said this is the first time he done went down, I said that's right. It's because mentally now you like fighting against that.
Right.
You fighting against that. What can I do? How can I, make things change and stuff like that?
Turn it right up.
Go ahead. And so that right there was ridiculous. Pound for pound. When I say this man did his thing, he did his thing. He destroyed. I've never seen. This him blocking. He was just blocking pretty much everything, right? And the kicker is that dude can go right or left. So he said, "I'm gonna go left with you. I'm gonna go left." But like Travis and I was talking about before the show, so he's jabbing him to death. But his jab is his part hand. You know what I'm saying? The right hand is crushing him. Pop, 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 pop. Man. Travis, what was your thoughts on what you seen, man?
Well, I saw lots of basically pinpoint accuracy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Punch through the guard, just like you see right there in the picture. Punch through the guard. And as a matter of fact, I mean, Crawford's one hell of a counterpuncher.
Yeah, he
You know what I'm
is.
saying? Everything he threw, he might have either took it or evaded it, but you best believe a boy's going to catch it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? There was no doubt. I mean, counterpunchers, you know what I'm saying, are a different breed.
Right.
And especially where you can, fight both sides. You know what I'm saying? Southpaw, all that, man. And so you don't know where it's going to come from at that point.
At
You know what
all.
I'm saying? You're at a disadvantage.
True.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Other than having to switch back and forth, but that's what made Bernard Hopkins so dangerous. He was a counterpart.
Yes, yeah. But you know, also what was the scariest thing because everybody knew that Bud talking about Terrence Crawford, you know, round 4 or 5, he done dissect you.
Right.
He knows. So it's like if you're having problems from 2 to 4 to 2 to 5, you in trouble because
Yeah.
he's getting ready to get in you. Like he is not aggressive like he can be. Right, he sits there and like I said, it's like chess. Let me see what the moves that's going on. What you got? Let's go. Pop, pop, pop. So he started popping him with the jab. Like, oh, that's pop, pop. So when round 5 and 6 and all that, it was a wrap because he's
Yeah.
already hurt him. He's already floored him like twice type stuff. It's a wrap. So I'm sitting back and I'm like, oh, this is not gonna end well. Like this is, you know what I'm saying? I understand my man. He got knocked down a couple times. He's trying. You know what I'm saying? He just as the champion layer, and it's like, sit down, son. Sit down.
Yes.
Like,
But I'm smiling both. Yeah,
yeah,
you hurt.
yeah, you hurt.
You
You
hurt.
hurt. And the thing about it is, yeah, you know, it was 2 kings, right? It was 2 kings, but you got that one that was the mighty king.
Exactly.
Like I
Game of
told Travis, if a guy got shot, a guy got shot in his head and drove himself to the hospital. I don't know too many people get shot in their head. I don't care if it came back here or what. Get shot in your head and drive yourself to the hospital. You know he can take a punch.
Oh yeah.
You know that head is hard as dude. That's when you break your hand hitting this dude. You know what I'm saying? Rapping all like certain stories you hear, you like, nah, I ain't messing with him, bro. Like he robbed somebody. They shot him in his head, and he drove himself to the hospital. I'm not telling nobody to do that. You don't do that. Don't try this at home. You may not survive that. But what I'm saying is, dude is built different.
Yeah. for
You
sure.
can see it
Yeah.
before the matches and things, the press conferences. Dude was like, no, you gonna get it. Spencer's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, dude, you gonna get it. Like for real, you gonna get it, dude. You just don't know how bad you gonna get it. I mean, nobody thought he was gonna be Martin. You know what I'm saying? With the face all beat up and stuff like that. But dude, yeah, man. I don't even think I want that rematch, bro. I know money wise, yeah, but I don't think I'll take that though, for real. Because I mean, he was precise, precision, like you said, everything right there. But dude, who said he had that wasn't his best match? You know what I'm saying? His best
Right.
fight. So I don't know, dude. I mean, unless somebody else can come in there and transform him and make him different. Because I don't know if you want them problems.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of film study. Try to figure out what he's gonna have to do. Because you know what I'm saying. If you, like I said, if you can fight from both sides,
That's different.
yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't know what to do. I mean,
No, you don't.
like you said.
Because
You
most
got-
jabs ain't hitting you with that power. So, like you
Right.
said, he would switch up with southpaw. You thinking all the jab is gonna, but now he pop like, oh,
Yeah, when the
That
ref
fir-
called it, it's like
nah, that's a
I'm trying
wrap.
to see your face. I'm trying to see your face getting smashed up with the
Hey,
blood.
when he hit him that first time with that jab, Earl knew it was a wrap. He knew it was a wrap. He was like,
He's like,
oh man, okay, here we go.
yeah, got him. Here we go. Watch this.
And then you
Watch
trying to throw and you trying to chase him. That's a wrap. But I tell you
Yep.
what, man, congratulations, Terrence. You did your thing, man. That was smooth, man. I love that. I love that.
Thomas Carroll too.
Right. Big time. All right, let's get caught up a little bit on NBA. You got Celtics signs Jaylen Brown, 5-year, 304 million. Now, this is the same guy that they was like, we don't think him and Tatum can be together, and we're gonna go ahead and see, all the backdoor talk. What is Tatum getting? 400?
At least.
I mean, or has he? I mean, like they said they think Shea Alexander Gilders, whatever, in Oklahoma is going to be the first one to get the $400 million contract.
Jesus, that's crazy. That's craziness.
For consider Robin 304. I'll be Robin, man. I'll be Robin's gum. I'm call me Robin all you want. I don't care. I got 304 million ways you can call me Robin.
That is crazy, though. 304 million.
Right, man. I heard you, man. Much love, bro. Like for real.
Wow.
I don't know too many Robins that deserve that in this
That's
day of
right.
age. In this day of age.
I don't either. Like, that's a lot of bread, man. That's a lot of bread, and hopefully he go to dribble school. 'Cause he cannot handle the rock very well.
He was dribbling like Withers for Louisville. Every time he dribble behind his back, it's gone. Like it's over there
Gone.
somewhere. Go
Cross
get it.
over, hit his foot. You know what I mean? Come on, man. But you know what I mean?
I'm proud, right?
Yeah, but when, you know what I'm saying? When he's on, he's on.
Oh, he can get 40, 50. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Well,
Easy.
well, he got 60 that day. 60 million a year. 60 million. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, yes, must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah.
NBA approves rule changes, coach challenges, flopping. They're gonna get technicals and all this kind of stuff about these flopping. The challenges they change that. Any which way, flopping it happens. People take charge. The one flopping I don't like is when they dribble and they like somebody breathe on them or touch on them and they all that kind of stuff. I can't stand that. That drives me crazy. But we got a lot of guys who are the king of the flops, and I wonder are they going? And we're talking about stars. Like, are you going to hit them with technicals? You know what I'm saying? This ain't. Everybody know these floppers big time. LeBron James, everybody know these floppers. So are they gonna call these technicals on him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to say yes, but maybe early in the season.
they're gonna
Come
pick Bang
playoff
Poison.
time, close to playoff time, they're not going to call much of it at all. It has to be very blatant.
True, I can see that. Unless you like, give me a name. Unless you like Damian Lee, you know what I'm saying. Like if you like, then they gonna call it all year long on you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. But LeBron, nah, because he gonna be in the office.
Yeah.
He gonna be in the office. Like, man, what you talking about, dude? Don't you know who I am?
They're knocking on the door.
NBA sends memo regarding Damian Lillard's trade request. Basically, they're saying that you cannot tell the whole world that you only will play for Miami Heat. And if that is your stance, they're gonna suspend him some games. They say discipline, but it'll be suspension. Because are you saying that if you get traded to Oklahoma City, you're not gonna play for them? That kind of stuff. Trying to nip it in the bud. I mean, really, they used to have that tampering rule, but I guess it's really not tampering when you as a player saying I'm only going to play, which, we had it in the NFL. You had the Eli Manning, I'm not playing for San Diego, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't know how much this is going to hold because I'm glad you told me you don't want it because I'm not going to give up my assets for you to come to play and be unhappy and don't play, and then I have to trade you to Miami, who has no assets, and that's the problem because if he had assets, he already be on the team.
Right. True enough.
What you think about this though, Trav?
I mean, I understand the broader aspect of it from corporate level, right?
Right.
From the business level, how that looks, right?
Right.
But I mean, nowadays these players have so much, to say, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
None of it's really a secret anyway. And so it's just like, it's now you have players be like, all right, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna, I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the best players in the league.
Right.
what I'm saying? You can't do that when you know what I'm saying, you coming off the bench, obviously, right? Or even hell, if you just you might be in a starting five, but you got one dude, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, you give somebody, somebody who's played this long and this well for this long, you know what I'm saying, and you give them that kind of warning, I guess. It's you know what I mean, you kind of fanning the flames in my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Right.
because you best believe he's not going to be the only one that ever does this.
Oh no, nah, and it's probably he's not. Other ones have done it already. It just hasn't
Yeah,
not. You just got a lot of social media stuff, like you said. Different things. He won't be the last. He wasn't the first, and it's gonna happen. And they trying to get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, because once the agent and the player done said it, then I think they know what they want.
right.
So that's why
Exactly.
and then other teams is like, I'm not gonna help send two or three of my people to get Tyler Hero.
Right. Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
it makes sense, like, but again, it's just like you said, it's not going to be, he wasn't the last, but at least it was disguised well by others. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's
You,
true.
you got to drop it. You drop names out there. You drop LA. You know what I'm saying? You drop,
Right. Right.
whatever. You drop names out there. You know where you're going,
Right.
but you just, and everybody knows where you're going, but you got to, you got to put it out there. Like, yeah, I'm going to talk to this team. And I'm going to talk to that team. But in all actuality, you're probably not talking to any of them.
Right.
Just disguise it a little better. That's it.
Right. You on Instagram with "Welcome to Miami." All that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, you got to be better than that. But I'm
Yeah.
not surprised. Not surprised. All right, let's get into some NFL real quick. There's some stuff that's been happening. We'll shoot through these real quick. We got get caught up with people. Chargers. Justin Herbert agrees to a 5-year, $262.5 million extension. He is now your highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yes, he is.
And whoever the next quarterback to sign, unless you Daniel Jones, even though we know he already signed, you weren't going to be it. But you know what I'm saying? A good quarterback, you're going to be the highest paid, pretty much. It is what it is. He's like, I think Lamar's was like 260,
Something like that.
261, something like that. You got to lock them in. I hear you, Chargers, do what you got to do. Now make sure you have plenty young weapons, not all these old weapons that you have for him. Not shocked. That's in your division, man. What do you think about this?
Um, I think it was a good move. I think especially if you want to stay competitive in this division, that you would have to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you obviously need some players. I mean, hell, even Eckler, I think, is not wanting to play because he's not getting paid.
Right.
So they're going to have to figure something out. But at least first step is to lock in your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people, I enjoy competition. I'm sure my team enjoys competition. So that's like I said, I'm just really glad this happened because, iron sharpens iron.
Right. Big time. Eckler need to be. I don't know what the heck going on with that, man.
Yeah.
He longer
All running
too.
backs are salty right now.
Every one of them. Diggs got that $97 million extension from the Cowboys. Congratulations. You got to go ahead and lock up these young, talented players as soon as possible. Clear the cap space. You know what I'm saying? I see CD Lamb and, Martin's going to be up there too, big time. So he's already sitting out from the camp. So, get your money. That's all I got to say. Just get your money. Just do what you got to do. We already know about this. Barkley, he decided he would go ahead and do that $11 million, pretty much almost the same as a franchise tag. He's one of those running backs like Travis was talking about. They're not happy with what they're getting paid. It's tough. It's tough because they look at them like cars, mileage.
Right.
How much mileage you got on you, and all this kind of stuff like that. So Giants just signed Barkley. Do you blame him? Because he threatened to sit out, but and do what he got to do. I don't know how much money he got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not counting coins. I know he does a lot of endorsements too. But were you surprised that he went ahead and said, "Hey, just give me that $11 million"?
No, honestly, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I just from things I've seen, things I've read, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wants to play football.
It's
You know
football
what I'm
player.
saying? He
Yeah.
wants to play football. You know what I mean? And, I think if it were not just about money. I'm probably phrasing that wrong.
Mhm.
It would probably be a different story. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think it's one of those unknown things in sports where, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, but I know next year I'll
Right.
somebody's there for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I
Right.
mean? So
And I think the biggest issue, because not just the mileage, is that, he's already tore up his knee once,
yeah,
right? So, yeah, and then let's look at the longevity. We're talking about what, 3 to 5 years if you're lucky. You know what I'm saying? You
right.
got King Henry. I mean, for an average fan who doesn't know about the money, you would think King Henry is getting 5 years or 130, 40 million. It's not so, So,
Yeah,
when somebody who's been arguably the best player, I ain't talking about the running back, best player, and he don't get paid anything, maybe they need to get into with the Players Association and say, hey man, let's nix this 5-year deal out of college
right.
for the first round, or in second round, third round is like 4-year deals, because by the time is up, we got Travis over here, dude. We ain't worried about you.
Right. And it's like a double edged sword, man. It's like, like I said, you got that mileage on one side, and on the other side, it's like you're giving this person the football to run through other 300-pound dudes who are just
Right,
out to knock you down. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to pay me. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, like a steel worker. You know what I'm saying? You want me to
right,
lay all this day, be hot and stay up all this, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to pay me to take all this punishment. You know
right.
what I'm saying? And so I see what they're talking about. So there's got to be some kind of happy medium in there. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? You got to
Not
get paid
even
that. You can't touch them.
not even just running, because like you right. Also, I got a pass block a 300 pounder. You know what I'm saying? Which I have
Exactly.
to take that thrust and get that jolted on my body, my back, and
Right.
yeah, you're right. I mean, so crazy. I don't know when it shifted, because the running backs used to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They used to
Yeah,
get
they did.
paid.
For sure. For sure.
So that's a shame that happened, but it is what it is. Purdy, Mr. 49er, is cleared to play now. We'll see what's gonna happen with that one. I'm a big believer, and I kind of touched this on this last week. I'm a big believer that second year is a little different. People know you, but I also would say that Shanahan is a hell of a coach. I don't care who's his quarterback is. I mean, he showed it. I mean, Garoppolo went to the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got somebody who was a college player who balled at Iowa State and all this kind of stuff. If he had, if he didn't get hurt, ain't no telling what that'd look like. You know what I'm saying? When they played in the Eagles and stuff like that. I just don't know. I mean, he's one of those coaches, man. Like I said, it doesn't make a difference who he has to me. You
Right.
know, and Sean McVay's like that. I mean, granted, you had let golf take you to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That you had to tell in his headset, okay, you had to read the players and plays, and okay, now don't go over her because it's hot. This kind of stuff, like dude coached them to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. True
And
enough.
was
True enough.
very fortunate, got a legit quarterback who people was trying to throw dirt over, and won the Super Bowl. Like
True.
certain
Yeah.
coaches, it makes no difference because that scheme is great.
Great. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it makes a difference, man. Like like Andy Reid. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has some solid quarterbacks. I mean, everybody, they look at it more like McNabb, but he wasn't. I mean, he was okay. You know what I'm saying? He was a above average quarterback. He was, once he had a legit quarterback,
Yeah.
that system works.
Every time.
I mean, not everybody gets petty ice. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's fortunate to get that. It is what it is. But let's see. Let me go right here. We had something. Let me see. Today Broncos wide receiver Patrick, who I think got hurt last year, believed to tear his Achilles. If that's the case,
Oh,
he'd be gone again. for the season. That's yeah, man. They got some receiver they had, but Patrick and had some other ones. I just don't know. Sean Payton. I mean, we'll see. We'll see because we're gonna see if he's gonna bring back to life Russell Wilson and all that kind of stuff because people was throwing dirt on him. He's another one who's really smart with the offense and things like that. So, but when you lose 6'4", 6'5" receivers that can fly down the field and things like that, that tends to hurt. I don't know if guys gonna ever gonna recover because he may be injury prone now.
Yeah, sure
What real
enough.
quick before we go to the next one, what is your thoughts and ideas on Sean Payton being in your division?
I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't a little scary.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Man's coach. You know what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing out there on that football field. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to put a team together. He knows how to, coach his team. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I'm really not surprised. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's like once the and I'm on don't humble brag a little bit, but once the Chiefs became the Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? The division blew up because they knew they had to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So getting Sean Payton was like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, because even last year the Broncos gave us a hell of a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Won the game. I mean, hell, I thought they was going to win the game, quite frankly.
Right.
But now with him, you know what I'm saying, they're a much much better team. But I'm curious about this whole Russell Wilson thing because you know what I'm saying I'm of the ilk to where if he doesn't play well, that's all has everything to do with how the system that he played with in Seattle. Because if Gino could play that well in Seattle system and he plays well in that system, then
Right.
that's what so he's either going to have to adjust or he's just a system quarterback.
Right. And that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
All right. Before we round down, man, let's get some Chief stuff in here real quick for you. Let me get this one off of here. So, what's up with Chris Jones, man? Would he get that extension? What's the deal?
I think he will. I think he will. They'd be a fool not to do it. And they know it. You know what I mean? It's just, everybody wants to start here before
Right.
they can read in the middle, right? And it just takes a long time to get done. Now, is it going to cost him money to do so? Yeah. But if he's willing to pay it, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But they're they're going to do it. I mean, he's the reason they got in the Super Bowl. I
Right.
mean, let's keep it real. He's the reason they got in the Super Bowl. If he didn't get to Burrow like he did on that last play, you know what I'm saying? There's no telling what would have happened.
Right. Right.
So yes, they
Just
will.
a
He
matter.
will get his money.
So just a matter of time,
Yeah,
pretty much with that.
yeah.
Yeah. Now we know that Kelsey is really that top receiver, but as far as wide receiver, does it really make a difference when you got
No,
Petty Ice?
no, because last year showed especially after Tariq it was gone, that it made him a better quarterback because now he had to throw to other folks and move it around the field a lot more. Right? So I think in this instance, you know what I'm saying, good thing they're, getting to know each other because again, he's gonna have to just toss it around the field a little bit. I mean, it is what it is, and he's got the people that can do it. It's not like we have young, terrible wide receivers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sky Moore is not terrible.
Right.
You know
Oh
what I'm
no.
saying? Tony is not terrible. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, my dark horse, honestly, Justin Ross. I think he's still going to make the team.
Hmm.
If he makes that team, man, I mean, people slept on him. I understand, he had that injury or whatever, but the
Right.
man got hands. You saw it at
Right.
Clemson, got hands. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I don't think we need a top receiver,
Hmm.
which is actually even better for the team, quite
Right.
frankly, and better when we play the games because, you know what I'm saying, you don't know who's going to get off at what time.
The thing is this. I agree. I think when you have Petty Ice, you don't. If you didn't have Petty Ice, you do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That this is when you have the best quarterback in the league. Because if you have, yeah, I'm picking on the Giants. If this was Daniel Jones as your quarterback, you need every top receiver you can.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
But I'm with you. He is one of one that can get away with that. And we understand, you know what I'm saying, Aaron used to do it, you know what I'm saying? But he had he had better receivers than people want to give credit to. Let me get you out on this one. This one right here. In order to repeat, this defense is gonna have to be solid. It ain't gotta be great. We've seen it. That you guys have won championships without great defense. Now y'all have made great play, but as it stands right now, and we say with Chris, we'll put Chris with you guys.
Okay.
Is this defense championship quality?
I'm gonna say no. Reason being is because it's the defense is playing with a lot of young guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, did they play well in the playoffs last year? Yes, but now it's more expectation, right?
Right.
Last year it wasn't really. You got burnt. You got burnt. Hey, I'm a rookie. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's what
Right.
it is. You know what I'm saying? Now there's expectations, so there's a lot more tension on a lot of stuff more on your shoulders. You know what I mean? And that's really all my true concern is in secondary. You know what I mean?
Right. That
Don't
back
worry
end.
about anything else. Yeah, that back end is it's my only concern, right? I mean, the only person back there that, between Reed and McDuffie again, young dude, you know what I'm saying? That's about the only two that I'm truly comfortable with. And I'm not, and that's still kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
So everybody else up front, yes. But, you know what I'm saying? If we had like, maybe one or two more like veterans in the secondary, I would feel a lot more comfortable with it. But I don't think they're championship quality. Do I think they could win a championship? Yes, but I don't think they're championship quality.
Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Another banker. I want to thank you, Trav, for joining me. Big time, man. You knocked out of the park. Talk about the wrestling, the Chiefs, and all that got stuff. I love that, man, without a doubt. But look, we out of here. Check it out tomorrow. Got an interview for you guys. Got a coach coming on the show, so make sure 8:00 you tune in, follow. Everybody share. You always ask us what can you do to help the Mark and Will show out. Share. You can definitely like, but we need you to share. Share this video, share what we do, also follow. Thank you guys for joining us. We out it. Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.